Hi, this is Nikki Woods, and we are going beyond the studio on the Tom Joyner Morning Show and BlackAmericaWeb.com with what some may say is the original basketball wife or celebrity wife, Miss Carlita Hodges. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am doing well. So let's just give some context. Tell me a little bit about you and who you were married to and why we would call you the original basketball wife.
Well, I'm Carlita. I'm out of Chicago. I was married to Craig Hodges, who played for the Chicago Bulls for 10 and a half years. We have two sons. And didn't end very well.
No, it didn't. And tell me why, because it seemed like it was going well. I mean, you started modeling while you were in school. You met Craig then, and you got married, and he was on the team when the Bulls were like really, really rolling. So it seemed like a fairy tale life for you two. What went wrong?
Oh my goodness! What?
Give us the short version.
A whole bunch.
Okay.
We grew apart. We grew so far apart, and then that life, and I had a son that was very, very ill, and I had enough of the infidelity on both parts, not just him, on both parts. And I just couldn't take it anymore. My focus needed to be on my son. So,
okay. And so you say that there was infidelity on both of your parts. Let's talk a little bit about you, because from what I read in doing my background research on you, there was a pretty public affair, shall we say, with a very public person. Did you have an affair with R. Kelly?
I did. And he was not R. Kelly. He was Robert at the time. My brother, who was his road manager, who became his road manager, he brought him to our home. We met him. He was singing in the subway in Chicago. And with that being said, my ex-husband wanted to take him on as a project. And instead of him taking him on as a project, he put me in charge. I did not know what I was doing.
Well, and you knew something, because you knew how to do something. So how old were you, and how old was he at that time?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He was 9 years younger than me at the time.
Okay. But you say that he was still singing in the subway. He was pretty young at that point.
Yeah, he was in his 20s and I was in my 30s. So, yeah, we were young. But we didn't start the affair right away. It came a little bit later. And I think I don't have any excuses. We did it. It was fun and a learning experience at that time. And I was going through a lot of, my excuse for me was I was going through a lot of neglect and distrust. So I did it.
Okay. Are you still in contact with R. Kelly, or?
No.
No. Okay. Did that end badly?
No.
Okay.
We, I can't say we're friends. I can't say that. I know him. He knows me. I think if we saw each other in the street, we'd speak. But we, after the affair, we remained friends that time. But I went to my ex-husband because he didn't know about the affair, and I invested in Rob, and he never paid me back.
So if you speak in the street, are you asking for your money?
I've asked him for my money a lot of times. He said no. Oh, he always tells me he's broke. Are you kidding me?
So what was the final straw? That you said there was infidelity, there was distrust, you had to focus on your son. Was there an action that happened that was the final straw for you?
I didn't like him anymore.
And we're talking about Craig. You didn't like him anymore.
Exactly. We're talking about Craig. I didn't like him. I didn't like him for a long time. And my son was diagnosed with cancer. And Craig was being traded. And I accepted it after a point in time because it was a lot of hurt going on. And when we separated bedrooms, he had came on to my best girlfriend. And that was it. And then my son with the cancer, I was like, I gotta focus on this kid. I can't worry about what you're doing.
So why did I read that the judge ordered you to leave Chicago? Because that's extreme. I mean, when especially when there's kids involved, when a judge orders one of the spouses, in fact, I've never heard of it being done. orders a spouse to leave the city. What has happened to make that kind of a decision?
Well, I'm going to give you a teeny bit of that because it's in the book, and I want people to buy my book.
Absolutely,
Carlita's
absolutely.
Way, Out of the Dark into the Light. Well, they said, allegedly, I tried to burn him up.
Craig.
Yes, I tried to burn up Craig, and the incident happened at the kid's school. And what I did was...
They're saying you tried to burn him at the baby's school.
Yes,
Wow.
I did throw a bottle at him, and it had some gasoline in it. And I threw 2 matches, but
Wait, this is absolutely not funny. So you did try to burn him? Yes. Matches and gasoline fire, you tried to burn him.
this is the deal.
Okay, no, Carlita, this
Yes.
is the deal, because you say, one of the things you say is that women really need to be authentic, and they
Yes.
need to practice self-disclosure. So this would be a good time
Okay, this is the deal.
to walk the walk.
I wanted to hurt him so bad. He wasn't near me when the matches were there. I don't know how they got there. I don't smoke, and I was in a rental car. So when I did like this, and this is the truth, Nikki. I said, and I saw matches, and I smelled the gas, but he was a ways away from me. And I took him and I lit him. I wanted him to feel some of the pain I was feeling, because I was in so much pain.
Okay, and understood. And I'm not saying that you didn't go through a lot to get to this point, but at the end of the day, the judge ordered you to leave because you tried to set the man on fire.
Fire.
Okay.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So the name of the book is Carlita's Way, Out of the Dark into the Light. My journey not only, as you say, promises to provide fresh exposés about the way things really are, but it also has the goal of inspiring women and men. And a lot of things you talk about is the whole dating of celebrities and that life.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the red flags that you think a lot of women overlook when they're trying to achieve that life with a celebrity?
Well, first of all, they're not the only one. And I don't care how you twist it, you're going to be a number, okay? And to get really, really serious, because marriage is serious. This girlfriend thing is one thing, but the marriage is serious. You need to meet that family. You need to have some real conversations, and don't only get caught up in that celebrity's life, man or woman. You have to stay true to yourself, because once you are lost, it is hard to get you back.
So do you think there are any celebrity marriages that are positive examples of what it could be?
I'm sure there is. I mean, life is ups and downs, and I'm sure they'll have their ups and downs. But I'm saying, like, for me, naive for a little while, I was. But when I found that my husband cheated on me, I was devastated. I thought, how could you, and why would you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I came from a broken home. I never for one moment thought that I would have a broken home. And my home was broken quickly.
How early on in the relationship was the first red flag for you?
Before we were married.
And that, you know what, and that's interesting, because I talk to a lot of women. I mean, I think a lot of us, especially women, mm-hmm. intuitively know going into the marriage, we know in the relationship that this is not going to work.
You couldn't have told me it wasn't going to work, because with all the begging and the pleading, and there was some begging and pleading after, I never caught him with a woman before we married. I caught him sexually, that is. I caught him at a surprise party with me there, and he brought me there, trying to entertain all the ex-girlfriends, and I'm thinking, what the hell? What the devils? And so, so right there, that was a big old red flag. And then his family did not like me once the NBA thing came out, because when I met my husband, my ex-husband, I had no idea he was going to be in the NBA. I actually thought he was going into the Navy.
How'd you miss the whole basketball thing?
Because I was so out of touch. When he told me Clippers, all I could think of was a Clipper ship. I had no idea Clippers, NBA. I had no clue.
Oh, Carlita.
I was thinking, I'm not going to do this with you. I thought he was going overseas and do this Navy thing. I didn't want any part of it.
So one of the reasons that you say that it's important to meet somebody's family, and obviously not only just because of the relationship you're going to have with them, but you say it tells you a lot about the man that you're going to marry and what kind of future you're going to have. What could you have what could you have known about your husband or figured out about your husband based on his family?
That he was weak, and that he was trying to prove a point to them to be on his own because they had controlled him for so long and still trying to. So I say to this day, we married out of pressure, he and I did. So had I met his family sooner and even just not rushed to marry, maybe I wouldn't have married him. But I don't have any regrets.
What is life like now for you?
It's today Craig and I have two sons, so I have one overseas in Germany playing basketball, and I have one that lives in California with me, and I have a 7-year-old, so life is fun. I'm writing. I've written the book. I've written 2 sitcoms. I'm working on a movie to the book, and my little girl is everything. She's 7 now.
And so what advice would you give her based on your life, your 7-year-old girl?
I'm sorry, say that over?
No, what advice would you give to your 7-year-old daughter based on the things that you've gone through?
I would definitely tell her to keep her own identity and don't get caught up. Be able to stand on your own when it all falls down. Education is extremely important to me. So she totally, being my child, has to go to college. She has to, and finish. And just self-esteem is important, and definitely stay prayed up. Don't get lost in it. Stay prayed up.
And stay away from the matches and the gasoline.
Gasoline.
That is going to stay with me for quite a while, Carlita. I am just telling you. So the name of the book is Carlita's Way Out of the Dark into the Light, Your Journey. Like I said, promises to shine a new light on this whole celebrity wives phenomenon and also provide inspiration for men and for women. Congratulations on your writing career and rebuilding your life after such a horrific period and learning the lessons along the way. We appreciate you for stopping by.
Thank you, Nikki, so very much.
You're welcome, Miss Carlita. Carlita Hodges, we've gone beyond the studio with her on blackamericaweb.com.